Hello, rich people.
We're in Paris for Balmain. We're on the rooftop of the new Balmain building. There's a new artistic director at Balmain, Antonin Tron.
Un peu craqué. Bah, forcément.
We're at the fittings.
C'est pas de l'or? Si, c'est de l'or. Ouais, c'est quand même Balmain.
We're even at fittings with Lux Pascal, who's supposed to be in the front row.
Oh my god. This is very Balmain.
Hello, I'm Loïc Prigent. Subscribe to the channel to see the best fashion shows and museum visits. Leave a message, hit the notification bell and be Balmainized.
Bienvenue chez Balmain.
This morning, Lux Pascal is at the Balmain office for fittings.
That looks great.
I am, yes. Well, you can see it in my face.
Okay.
You know? No, this is so stunning. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Lux Pascal worked for Mathieu Blazy's first show at Chanel, Pédigré. She's a sister of Pedro Pascal. She starred in the series Narcos and is slated to appear in Tom Ford's next film.
I don't know if you're used to cameras.
I'm not, but I'm used to them.
Well, I'm an actress, so we can do like a scene, you know?
No, I can't. This is your thing.
She's going to be on the front row and is getting a sneak peek at the collection before everyone else.
Yes, the dress, but yes, the shoes. It's such a different vibe.
It's a different vibe. I think the other one.
Me too.
Yeah.
Because yes, all the stars come to the fashion houses to try on several outfits before the show. It's all about diplomacy and styling, and it's crucial for the visibility and clarity of the collection when they're wearing looks from the runway.
I think the first one is still the best, no?
It is.
Pierre Balmain's very first look featured a kind of very practical coat, and the same is true for the very first look of the new Balmain, an active woman.
Quand je me suis plongé un peu dans l'histoire de Balmain, dans les archives, j'ai lu qu'il avait habillé la première femme pilote en France. Pour moi, il y a quelque chose qui incarne cette femme assez puissante, qui se déplace, en possession du pouvoir, de liberté.
One of the inspirations for the show was her, Amélie, the fitting model on whom each garment was draped and carefully considered for weeks.
Au début des fittings, ils m'ont demandé juste de me tirer les cheveux pour que mes cheveux ne dérangent pas la création de tout le processus. Et donc je suis venue coiffer absolument comme ça pendant 3 mois et du coup j'ai inspiré la coiffure, je suis trop contente.
Ilanua, always full of energy. You look like you're about to buy the company.
Yes, I am. Sorry.
What are your tips to survive Fashion Week?
First, get a good meal. Secondly, do a bath. Third, money.
Backstage we meet Vivienne Ronner looking very much in top form.
Congratulations and thank you so much for having me. Stop lurking in the back.
Antonin Tron, we know him well. He had his own label, Atline, which means Atlantic and Align alone. He's a surfer, always at Venice Beach or on the Ile de Ré. What he loves most is draping on strong, confident women.
I love this brand. I'm so excited. I've been a personal fan for a while. I think it definitely really accentuates all the beautiful curves. Obviously.
He worked at Balenciaga during Nicolas Ghesquier's time and with Anthony Vaccarello at Yves Saint Laurent. We went to see him in his new offices. Yes, there's a new Balmain building in Paris. New offices, new energy. C'est quoi la pierre rose?
Il y a quelqu'un qui est venu faire l'acupuncture du bâtiment. C'est pas moi qui ai demandé, mais qu'il fallait rééquilibrer un peu énergétiquement le bâtiment. Donc il y a du quartz, il y a un peu des... Dans les coins, là, il y a des...
Mais non, il y a une petite pierre là. Ça donne des nouvelles énergies, c'est ça?
L'idée, c'était d'un peu d'équilibrer la pièce. Du coup, moi, j'ai pas trop osé toucher, en fait.
Ok, c'est une installation électrique, mais avec des pierres, quoi.
Voilà, c'est ça.
Of course, Antonin Tron is wearing a Venice t-shirt. A month later, we went back to Balmain, and you won't believe it, but Antonin Tron was wearing the same Venice t-shirt. He hasn't been sleeping much, or at least hasn't had many free Sundays.
Juste en face, là, il y avait un carton. Ils avaient écrit « Besoin de vacances après la Fashion Week ».
Balmain means business, Balmain means busy. Vous avez bossé tous les week-ends depuis quand?
Depuis novembre.
C'est ça.
Quand on a la chance de reprendre une maison comme Balmain, c'est à fond, c'est rien. Il y a des petites broderies quand même.
C'est quoi? C'est pour le fini?
Ouais. Dans les codes de la maison, il y a les imprimés animaliers. Donc là, ouais, voilà, ouais. Un petit léopard brodé.
Ah, l'éclat. Animal prints indeed. Leopard with crystal fringes. 4,400 hours of work for the bustier dress worn by model JK. Tiger with tubes and microbeads that appear when you zoom. on Larissa Mores and Moria Keitano. Rhoda Niaou got the Crocodile Jets. It's actually leather with an embossed crocodile print.
Chaque écaille a été coupée, ensuite rebrodée, et ensuite il y a des perles de verre entre chaque...
2,000 hours of work for the jacket and 1,300 hours for the skirt. Dozens of artisans worked on this silhouette. This coat on Roxane Plaza is leather feather. Feathers of leather are hand-cut, shaped and softened. Embroidery is added to give shine and texture and depth and movement. 1,450 hours of work for this coat and 950 hours for this draped dress. A draped effect at the waist that Monsieur Balmain cultivated between 1951 and 1953, creating an asymmetry while sculpting the silhouette.
I've known Antonin Tron's work for Atline for so long, so I could see elements of him really in there, all of the beautiful draping and all of those kind of almost like watery kind of teals and purples and things. But I think, Balmain has given him this incredible stage to do the most incredible work.
Mark Holgate is the journalist who championed Antonin Tron since the early days in Vogue magazine. Anna Wintour is backstage for an exclusive preview. Vogue has clearly been an early champion of Antonin Tron, featuring him extensively in its pages. She then sits first row next to Luc Miger from Haute Le Mode. Antonin Tron is focusing on attitude, construction, articulation. You won't see a copy and paste silhouette from Monsieur Pierre Balmain. His obsession is celebrating woman, a dialogue between draping and tailoring, the fluid and the structured. The haute couture héritage in that it places the body at the center of its attention.
Pierre Balmain, il a été beaucoup aux États-Unis dans les années 50 pour travailler sur des costumes de cinéma, pour habiller des célébrités. La collection, elle parle de ça en plus un peu. Elle parle de l'ouverture de la maison en 1945 et du coup des années 40 où c'est quand même l'invention du glamour. C'est des femmes assez puissantes, assez mystérieuses, très incarnées, très fortes. Et puis il y a une forme un peu d'érotisme aussi quand même.
Esther Santos stunts in this V-neck draped dress made of strips of satin stitched on more satin for extra fluidity.
J'ai trouvé ça très précise comme collection et très sexy, très forte.
Jennifer Mathias, tiger sequin embroidery for this bodycon high-neck long sleeve micro short organza dress. 650 hours of embroidery. This bag is called Dinner at 8. Jacquard, a very rich fabric here, it's cloqué and floral. Gold flower velvet jacquard that looked like dévoré.
Something really surprising with textures. I love the structure and the simplicity of the modern lines, but then sort of an homage to the 40s of, these shoulders. This shirt was up there on the runways, really accentuating the waistlines and very sharp. Yeah, simple, nothing too outrageous. I mean, these shoulders are kind of outrageous, but...
The black Balmain jacket with golden button, traditional for first ladies. The concept of a woman ready to face the world, or the male-dominated boardroom. Color palette is quite dark: black, grain de poudre, olive khaki, vert pomme, bright apple green, petrol blue.
C'est vraiment une palette nocturne, avec beaucoup de faux noirs.
C'est quoi un faux noir?
Par exemple, ça, c'est une espèce d'ardoise, d'indigo très foncé. On a des marrons très foncés, une vision de nuit.
Rena Sportmaker wears the distinctive opera gloves that you see on so many Pierre Balmain sketches. Her collar is embroidered with oval and spiky gold beads, crystals, and metallic folded sequins. This superfluid silhouette with a brassiere is inspired by this number from 1946 with a similar satin brassiere flashing.
C'est une robe de 46, ça crée un trou dans l'espace-temps, quoi. Moi j'aime beaucoup la simplicité et en même temps la précision du décolleté et tout, ça me plaît beaucoup. Et ça du coup ça a été aussi un point de départ.
Amélie Zaleiti closes the show like she opened with Croco Wedge high boots.
I remember you guys. How are you doing?
What did you think of the collection?
It was, well, from the fitting, I already predicted it to be like genius. He's bringing it back to the basic, to like the most essential and just like classic Parisian chic, what Balmain is known for. And I am like beyond words. It's incredible.
Voilà, this was my Balmain report, the first Antonin Tronc collection for Fall-Winter 2026-2027. Subscribe to the channel to see everything fashion. Don't forget to comment.